But if you want to get started and do it yourself, I think you start slow. But if you're already in it and you want to go and do something like this, call me. I've got a couple cars I've not painted for anybody. I'll definitely get you one. My name is Ed Nunn. I'm in healthcare. I owned a hospice, sold it a couple of years ago, and now I still work in healthcare, consulting with healthcare executives. What I'm doing here today is kind of just showing the hobby. That's what I do. It's what I've been doing for years. It's what helped me get through, you name it, particularly when you're dealing in hospice for a few years. This is how I came to de-stress. Over the years, I've gotten better and better at doing it and enjoying it more and more. The 1963 split window Corvette was kind of an obvious. You got these V8 engines, Chevy V8s, these quarter scale engines, and they burn nitro, these particular models do. And I decided that it'd be really cool to do a 63 Vet to showcase the engine, but not just do a, there are a lot of quarter scale models out there, but not just do a regular quarter scale model. I wanted to bring it to life at a quarter scale. And so this has been the culmination of that. Now I'm in a position to build these for friends. I was able to take the time and really get into it deeply. A few friends of mine really are in the quarter scale hobby as well. And so I decided to take these little cool engines that over the years I've collected and put them in something that was cool. It's a challenge, to say the least, but it's rewarding. When I finish one of these things, right now I've got 5-6 builds going for folks. When I finish them and get them to a certain point, it feels good. It really feels good. I'll show you one later here that is ready to go to the painter. I've got them in different stages, and I actually pulled some stuff off a couple to show the iterations they go through as they get built. These bodies are hand-laid fiberglass, so no two bodies are the same. The thicknesses vary. The doors, some of the stuff is the same, right? The parts that are 3D printed for the interior, yes, they're the same. But even they get trimmed because, again, they have to get fitted to each particular body and floor pan. Floor pedals and the steering wheels and all that stuff's done. I'm going to have a real wooden steering wheel, metal spokes versus this SLA printed material. So the cars start out like this. After the shop has welded them together, they come to me. This is how I get it from the shop. There are two different types of rear end setups. This is independent rear suspension. Some have the straight axle suspension. But they come with the radiator, fan all in there, the brakes, the servos, most of the brake lines put in, shocks, stabilizer bars, all that stuff. For the solid rear axle, it's a little different setup, but they all have the same type of sway bar and shock setup. This is really going to be a special car for me. I'm looking forward to having a 427 blown on this model. They're kind of nice, overly so, I think. And these are, I'm using 10 of these. There are just 10 going to be made for Grand Sport to complement the other 50 nitromethane. And these are kind of, for me, those would be a much higher end model. And I had to put a couple of printers in there, 3D printer. And so, okay, so the pump is running, the water pump's running. To build one is, you can do it. But if you sit there and you say, let's build a series of these, and let's do this differently, and let's add that, and then it gets challenging. You have to organize it a little differently. And so I did that. And so that space is really, really useful. It helps me a lot. I also use the garage, part of the garage, so I get an opportunity to come up here and tune an engine to get it running right. I get an opportunity to do some sanding and grinding of metal and fiberglass and whatever before I ship it over to the body shop. No, it's just hit the, I wasn't gonna hit the camera. This gets fixed, it's fiberglass. I'll get the guys at North.
I think we can make this.
Well, like you said, no pain, no gain, right? So it hit here and cracked that up and broke this out, and that's okay. This piece gets put into a very precise place. We have a tool in the shop that locates all of this stuff. It'll get put back into place. We'll fiberglass it over. We'll bond it back rather. just like we did here. We'll send us to the body shop and get it repaired just like any other real fiberglass car, right? And so I've done some work on this car. It's had some dings. That's okay. No pain, no gain. But this is why I'm not repairing cars. I build them, but I don't repair them. My name is Edward Nunn. Friends call me Ed. And yeah, I build RC cars, quarter scale.